So today's practical topic is examination of stool. So when a stool sample comes in the lab, we have to do the macroscopic examination at first, and then we will go for the microscopic examination. So what all things we do in the macroscopic examination? We look for the consistency of the stool, the color, and if any offensive smell is there or not. So in consistency, we look for the if the consistency is liquid, like if it is watery of consistency, then what we can interpret? We can say that the patient might be having diarrhea. For example, in watery stool, in which disease we find this? Cholera, na? So like this, the stool can be of liquid consistency, semi-formed and formed. Formed or hard stool can be there. Then we look for the color of the stool, whether it is blood mixed or not. So if there is blood in the stool and if the color is bright red, that means there is fresh blood in the stool. So fresh blood indicates that patient might be having lower GI bleed. That may be because of your hemorrhoids or piles. And if the color is dark red, then it can be upper GI bleed due to any peptic ulcer or any esophageal varices. Okay. If there is mucoid bloody stool, so such kind of stool it can be noted in case of acute amoebic dysentery. So acute amoebic dysentery caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Yes. So this can be found also in the interstitial schistosomiasis and invasive bile-stained. There can be frothy, pale, offensive stool, that is very bad smelling stool can be there. So it is usually found in Giardiasis. Then coming to microscopic examination or wet mount examination of the stool, here we do the saline mount examination and iodine mount examination. So in saline mount, we mix the stool sample with normal saline, that is our NaCl. So NaCl contains sodium and chloride electrolytes. So these are responsible mainly for the motility of the like trophozoites or larvae of helminths. Okay. So in saline mount, mainly we look for the motility of the parasite or whether the eggs of helminths, they are either bile-stained or not. Okay. So bile-stained eggs may appear golden brown in color, and the non-bile-stained eggs will be appearing colorless. Okay. सो एग्जाम्पल्स याद रखने कि कौन कौन सा एग बाइल स्टेन्ड है, कौन सा नॉन बाइल स्टेन्ड है. कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स बताओ नॉन बाइल स्टेन्ड एग्स के. और iodine mount, in iodine mount we mix the stool with Lugol's iodine, and this iodine kills the parasite, and and since the parasite is killed, so now we cannot appreciate the motility of the parasite. So here we mainly look for the nuclear details of the parasite. Okay. So now we will be seeing a video in which the procedure of how the stool examination is done, it will be. So these are the cover slips that we will be using for the examination. This is an wooden applicator. This is a glass slide. Lugol's iodine that we will be using, normal saline. And your stool sample. So these are the things we will be using for the procedure. Now the method. At first, we will be taking a glass slide. In one side of the slide, we will be putting 1 to 2 drops of normal saline, and in the other side, we will be putting 1 to 2 drops of Lugol's iodine. Then we will be mixing it with the stool. Then we'll be putting the cover slip and then we will examine it under the microscope. You can see now, he's putting the Lugol iodine, then he will be mixing it with the stool. See, he will be mixing it with the wooden applicator. After mixing it, we will discard the wooden applicator. Now we will be putting the cover slip. Why do we put the cover slip? So that the stool doesn't contaminate the microscope. Okay, so our slide is ready. Now, what all things like normally if there is no parasite in the stool, so normally we will be seeing the fat globules, air bubbles in the stool. Okay, and if there is any pathology present, so at that time, for example, if the stool is mixed with blood, so here we can see RBCs, or if any other infection is there, in that case we will be seeing the WBCs in the stool. Okay, so this is a smear that we prepared in our lab and we found an air bubble, so the picture is shown here. Okay, so here you can see the trophozoite of Entamoeba histolytica. Okay, so you can see how it is creating a pseudopodia. Okay, so pseudopodia that is responsible for its motility. Okay, basically with the pseudopodia, mainly it is for motility. It can also digest other food particles or RBCs. Okay. So here we can see the trophozoite of Giardia lamblia. Okay, so it is a pyriform or pear-shaped trophozoite. And what is this? कोई बताओ क्या होता है जियार्डिया के ट्रोफोजोइट में? फ्लैजिला होता है ना, फ्लैजिला कितने पेयर्स होते हैं फ्लैजिला के? पार्ट्स नहीं, कितने पेयर्स होते हैं? 4 पेयर्स. ठीक है, 4 पेयर्स ऑफ फ्लैजिला होता है. इसमें हमें दिख तो एक रहा है लेकिन होता है 4. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे एक पार्टीशन जैसा कुछ दिख रहा है, इसको बोलते हैं हम लोग एक्सोनीम और एक्सोस्टाइल. और यहाँ पे दिख रहा है ना 2 न्यूक्लियाई. ठीक है, 1 पेयर ऑफ न्यूक्लियाई एंड 4 पेयर्स ऑफ फ्लैजिला with an exonym or exostyle. Okay, so here we can see the falling leaf motility of Giardia lamblia. ठीक है, thank you.
In the meantime that they are doing, I'll just tell you guys something about the concentration methods, because you have to write about concentration method. Okay, first of all, in case of stool examination, the first and foremost thing is to see it macroscopically. Okay, the people who are not doing, you should listen. Okay, And you should see here and open your ears so that you can at least hear what I'm saying. Okay. So first is the macroscopic features. Okay, macroscopic features means they have already told you: is it formed, semi-formed? Is it mucoid-like? Is it watery-like? Does it have blood in it? Okay. Stool, like blood and CSF, has a lot of value. Okay. ये बेकार में बदनाम होता है, ठीक है? Blood and CSF feels a very rich person-like thing, na? And stool feels like stool, urine, check. But all of these things have their weight in gold, because we can find out a lot of things about the patient's body from these examinations. Okay, first one is the macroscopic. After that, we have got the microscopic ones. Okay, macroscopic ones is the stool examination that you will be doing. But what happens is that the trophozoites, the eggs, they are usually in a very small amount. They are usually present in a very small amount. Okay, so we need to concentrate the eggs and the trophozoites so we can find this very easily. What happens, sometimes, for example, we have a very small sample of stool here, but if you don't tell the patient properly, what you will do, he will present a large sample of stool and he will give it to you in a Swiggy box. That tiffin box we get when you order the Swiggy. This is a real life example. Okay, they've given a big box full of literal stool. Okay, so it's very difficult for us. So we have to concentrate the stool so that the things that we require are accumulated in one place. So there is mainly two ways to concentrate. First one is the sedimentation. The other one is the flotation. Okay, sedimentation means to sediment, to settle down. Flotation means to float up. So which of the things will settle down? The heavier things. Okay, so when we put the stool sample in a formalin and ether solution and put it in a centrifuge machine and we centrifuge it, so what happens is after some time that the things that will get settled down to the bottom are the trophozoites and the eggs. We can collect using a spatula or any other way, and we can then use it to check for the trophozoites and eggs. Okay, this is a sedimentation method. The other is a flotation method. Have you guys heard about the Dead Sea? Dead Sea is located between which two countries? Jordan and Israel. Okay, so what is the special property of Dead Sea? You guys know about this? You can float now in Dead Sea. Even without swimming, you can float. Why you can float? Because it's a higher concentration of salt. Okay, so the eggs usually they sink in a water solution. Okay, in a normal solution they will sink. So what we do, we put them in a concentrated salt solution and we keep them for 10 to 15 minutes. We take a test tube, we fill it up to the brim with a concentrated salt solution and put the stool sample, and we keep this for 10 to 15 minutes. After 10 to 15 minutes, the eggs and the trophozoites, which are lighter than the salt, will float up, and we will put a glass lid over this, and it will stick to the glass lid. Okay, and after that we can invert the glass lid and look it under the microscope. Okay, so this is the flotation technique. So there are certain eggs and larvae which do not float even in a saturated salt solution. These are very heavy. For example, unfertilized eggs of Ascaris and Taenia, okay, larva of Strongyloides turcodalis, okay, or Ancylostoma duodenale. You guys remember Ancylostoma duodenale? I've told you guys about larva migrants. They crawl under your skin. I've shown you a photo of this. Okay, these are larvae. Okay, then we have got the Taenia eggs. Taenia, you guys remember? What are the two types of Taenia you know? Taenia soleum, Taenia saginata, right? Okay. And finally, the operculated eggs of trematodes. What is the difference between cystode and trematodes? Hooks. Hookers are present in both of them. Sucklets is absent in one. But the main difference is that cystodes are tape-like and trematodes are leaf-like. Okay. Any question? Okay, so this will be in your question. Okay, in the dope you have to answer this.